Hey guys, welcome back to the Lawn Chair Mechanic. I want to show you what I've been working on. I haven't made any videos lately, but I've been kind of busy. Had a little problem here around the pool area, and I had to work quick, so I didn't really have time to video it. But let me show you what I've been working on. I got my wall all built. I started setting my post for my deck. My plan is to build a 16-foot deck and keep building onto it every year. I'm gonna go like 16 foot a year until I'm almost all the way around the pool. So what I did, I dug me some holes, poured the concrete, and I mounted my post to the top of the hole. I don't like to put my post into the ground, because if you do, then if it rots, then you're pretty well screwed up there. You got to dig the whole thing up and replace the whole thing. This way, the concrete footer on the bottom will stay intact. You just have to replace the post. So I always like to do it this way. I mean, it's by choice. You can do what you want, but I got the post all set for this first 16-foot section. And all I got to do is go get me some framing boards to frame it out. And that's my third project. So I had to make another project so I can get the 16-foot boards here. I had no way of hauling them in my truck because it's only got a 6-foot bed on it. So here's what I've been doing. Let me show you this. What I did, I went to Lowe's, spent about 140, 150 bucks on Unistrut. And I brought it home and I cut it to length and I welded it together. I got one frame right there for the front of the bed. I got one sitting out here for the back of the bed. I just wanted something cheap that I could just put into my truck whenever I needed to haul something long. I could just put a couple bolts in and take off and go. So this is easy to install. Just 4 bolts for each end. This side's got 4 bolts, the other side's got 4 bolts. Pretty easy to install, take apart. Just to go pick up something and bring it home, and then you can just take it right back off. So the way my frame, my bed is built on my truck, this is about the only way I could mount a bed rail on it, is to drill a couple holes in the top of the bed, which is going to be covered up anyway with my bed cover, my tonneau cover. So just drill a couple holes, put bolts through them, and mount these things whenever I need them. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get it all put up there and drill my holes out and get it mounted, and we'll see what it looks like. Eventually I'm going to paint these. I just wanted to make sure that I get them fitted and everything here first. So let me get them mounted and we'll see what she looks like. There you go. Set of custom made bed rails for around $150. Don't look too shabby. Paint them up, make them look a little bit better, but turned out pretty good. Really solid. This Unistrut's, it's rated for around 1,500 pounds, so you can actually put a piece of plywood on the bottom part going across. Haul plywood if you want to haul some plywood or drywall. On top you can put 16-foot boards across there, and they can extend over to top the cab. As you can see, it's pretty solid. I mean, it don't wiggle at all. Something all I gotta do is take 8 bolts out and take them off and put my tonneau cover back on. So it's not that hard to install, and turned out pretty nice. So now I can go get me some 16-foot boards and start framing my deck in. Alright, I put a couple pieces of junior strut across from the front to the back, just for extra support. It's not as wide as the senior strut is. See, the little stuff is like 7/8 of an inch thick, the junior strut, and the senior strut's 1 5/8 inches. So, turned out pretty nice. Now I can go get me some 16-foot boards, and I am set to go. Pretty solid. It don't move an inch, so we'll get a load and see how it works. Well, just got back from the lumber yard. My first trip with my new bed racks that I made. Worked out perfect. I mean, it was a little scary with something up on top of your cab like that, but kind of windy today too, so it's kind of a scary feeling, but turned out perfect. Made her home, no problems at all. The guy at the lumber yard was crawling up on top of these things, standing on them. Had no problem. They were nice and sturdy. So I don't think I'll have any trouble with them. Alright, $150. Real cheap bed racks. Just weld them all together, cut them to length. Bolt them together, whatever you want to do. I got some bolts in them too, just for safety purposes. Real cheap bed racks. You can even use tube steel if you wanted to instead of this Unistrut that I use. Alright, the Lawn Chair Mechanic. Thanks guys for watching. See you next time.